All right, hello, and welcome back for a day 2 of Heroic League. Right now, I am joined by Escape as we are going to be casting Team Wash versus Team Wet. Oh boy.
There are teams that have had unfortunate openers, slips and falls. You know, wasn't perfect for either of these two teams. Both of them were met with some pretty rough games. I think that Wet actually did a really good job playing into INT, who's like a very dominant team, and Wash was handed something a little bit unconventional. So, you know, I'm interested to see how these two teams bounce back. It's going to be really important for their seasons to try and get the ball rolling early, and obviously going 0-2 in your first week isn't optimal, but one of these two teams is going to have that happen. Immediately with bans, Engage is being blocked out right now from Wash, and Wet is just kind of going for what are normally the big pickups for Wash.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, while one similarity does happen to be the names kind of being a little fun, both hydro-based names. On the other hand, both of these teams also draw a lot of other similarities. Like, for example, Pure Llama is a long-standing player, has played on PTP, also playing with Wash today. Oh my god, the Renata Glask on B1. Somebody call a Riri.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So I don't think of Renata when I think of Bill. And I understand to an extent the most recent time that we've seen Bill. Obviously, we saw Bill late in Season 4. What season are we on at this point? We saw most of last season he was getting his picks chosen by the draft tyrant himself. So we didn't necessarily see him branch out too much as a result. But Renata's a really interesting pickup. Less interesting, but still very powerful, as the Mordekaiser and Sivir on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser Sivir has been the play as far as this tournament has gone forward. Mordekaiser blind for top laners has been very, very, very strong, and Bacon Pancakes, no slash on the Mordekaiser. Always gonna be happy to pull that one out, you know, especially if Tom Kench doesn't really seem to be the angle. Sivir is such a strong champion.
Now, important note for Wet right now is that Once Week is going to be in the support role right now, and they have Chairman playing in the jungle, which is not their normal setup. I can't think of the name of it's the first week, guys. I can't think of the name of the normal support for Wet, but they do have the swap up right now, so we're going to see how that one works out. I don't know if Once Week's experience in support, but probably capable. Definitely something that they had planned out ahead of time. There's no penalty on the bans or anything like that, so I imagine they've got things sorted out. PJ going back to that classic Dr. Mundo, and Kog'Maw going back to classic Wash.
Oh, baby. All right, now, one of the greatest things about Wash is that while they're not too familiar with playing some of the meta picks at times, they are more than happy to bring out their comfort picks and show us, you know, one of the things that we've proved time and time again in this series, which is comfort over meta. 150% of the time. If you're confident on a meta pick, sure, go ahead and go for it. But if you're on your comfort picks like, you know, Twitch, Kog'Maw, Dr. Mundo, Urgot, that's the kind of stuff that Team Wash will be more than willing to bring out, regardless of how they really stand in the meta.
Yeah, luckily neither Twitch nor Kog'Maw are really in a bad position right now. It's just kind of whether you want to play the one that pierces or the one that doesn't. Twitch is in a really strong position at the moment. I'm noticing that Wet is putting a lot of their target bans onto Pure Llama, and that makes a lot of sense. Phenomenal mid lane that has just kind of appeared out of Pure Llama. I don't know when it started to develop. I know Pure Llama is a jungler traditionally, but all of a sudden has been playing very, very effectively. Orianna, Annie both taken away. Victor's obviously still on the table. That's one that he's made waves with in the past. Lulu taken away from the Kog'Maw makes a lot of sense, except for there's already Renata. So I think blind picking, I mean, if you're trying to give a counter over, I'm really surprised that Lulu hasn't been picked up by this point. It's an odd pickup with the Sivir, but you know what? If that's what Once Week is comfortable with, then that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, you know, Lulu is still going to be a relatively strong support, going to be able to enable that Sivir. You know, maybe Sivir doesn't feel like taking Ghost this time around, going to be able to pick up stuff like the Cleanse, so that way, you know, you don't end up hitting W and absolutely demolishing your entire team. And once again, Syndra going to be picked up blind on the side of Wash. Very solid mid laner, going to be able to do everything you ever ask of her.
Yeah, she's a really capable champion. It's difficult to play around her. Like there's so much that she can do, but it's difficult to make sure that the whole team's on the same page. So I think having X on the Jarvan to kind of box things up is a good call. And Charyu pulling out Echo as the counter option. That's an aggressive stance in the mid lane.
That's definitely an aggressive stance, but Charu picking up Echo here is actually a relatively traditional counter pick for Syndra. We might not have seen it that often as of late, but kind of flashbacks to that TSM versus Cloud9 series a long time ago where we did have the Syndra versus the Echo once again. Now in the late game, Syndra might be able to burst Echo before Echo can even ultimate, but in the laning phase, Echo can make it a living hell for her.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how that one gets played. Obviously, Charu is a big part of that team. And I don't know. I'm interested to see how this goes. I have a lot of faith in Wash to be able to pilot that Kog'Maw and make it work well. But Sivir's really broken right now. It's hard to really ignore that.
Oh boy, she definitely is. But either way, we're going to have to see how these teams stack up on the Rift. So, at a glance, who would you give the edge to?
I mean, like, Sivir is such a big force right now. Turtle is going to have to... Like, it doesn't require that much of the ADC to get maximum efficiency out of Sivir. You need to keep yourself alive, which you need to do on anyone. You need to press W. That is the extent of the fight for you. You're going to have Mundo, you're going to have Jarvan to get your hits off initially. Those will bounce and make their way back to Pure Llama, back to that Kog'Maw, make it really difficult for them to do their jobs if they can get to that point. Jarvan has the ability to get the game rolling early, matches really well with that Syndra, so they're going to be able to make plays in the mid lane. If Charu can cause problems with that Syndra, I think this is where that game's going to fall apart. I think this game is going to peel out from mid lane and then move to the sides.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about side laning, especially because Bacon Pancake's going to be opting for the Ignite. We saw this from PJ Salt yesterday. This time, PJ going to be the one taking the teleport. So it kind of tells that Bacon Pancakes really wants to make sure that he gets the priority in this lane and the priority in terms of how strong each player is going to be in side laning.
Yeah, no, I'm curious to see what gets used. Obviously, both junglers starting on the bot side right now, going to be clearing up towards that top side. I'm guessing that's mostly just for the leash. We might see Expos toward that mid lane early, but there's really not too much to be gained up in that top lane. Both of those champions are very challenging to gank. So it could just end up being a full clear for both these junglers. Just get the ball rolling, get those first couple buys in, get that little bit of XP in, get yourself to level 4 comfortably, and then move on from there.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just gonna have, Erebus and Bill just gonna continue to farm up early on. Oh no, this is just the spectator bug. For a second there, I thought that both AD carries had missed all of the minions straight in the mid, but either way, Llama gonna be getting engaged on that early level 2 from Charu, gonna be putting in a lot of work.
Clearly understanding the matchup, takes that opportunity as soon as it arises. He's got that first strike there for the extra damage. A little bit aggressive in this bot lane onto Eddie as there's the level 2 coming through, and there's the handshake pulling him back. Once we get in a lot of trouble having to burn that flash really late. Has to burn that heal out of Turtle as well. And now, kiting backwards, Bill gets taken super low. There's no re-engage opportunity. The level 2 was picked up, but it was a little bit too late. Now Erebus, very comfortable in this bot lane.
Yeah, and while Bill does end up going pretty low, that's the support. You have two. Oh, hold on, handshake
here from Bill, grabbing that handshake. First blood going down. It might be a trade of supports here for Turtle. You can't stay for that, having to flash away. Meanwhile, in the top lane, PJ Salt being taken very low, but X is already here. Bacon Pancakes, you got a lot asked of you right here. They're not sure if they want to take this engagement. There's a lot of minions right now. The flag and drag goes wide. And now Bacon Pancakes in a couple of positions, try and turn this one around. He's getting taken very low though. Conqueror proc, the shield is there. Barely gets it with the ignite. Triumph rocking, and he's keeping it alive for the 2v1 in the top lane. Bacon Pancakes running the wash cycle away.
Oh my lord. Just like that, gonna be able to start things off. That ignite did so much work. Gonna be able to get that fade away kill. Triumph proc is what keeps Bacon alive there. Without that Triumph proc, PJ gets that return kill, but the ignite top ends up making a huge difference.
Oh, and that might even make up for it in the later stages. Obviously, you take that to Snowball Lane. That flash barely getting away from the Q of PJ, and he can't connect. And that's that. The first blood is going to get picked up for Erebus in that bot lane. That Kog'Maw is going to get that the snowball beginning. But oh my lord, everywhere else is just suddenly starting to favor the side of Wet.
Yeah, and Chairman Meow going to be taking full advantage of that too. Got that top scuttle, might even be circling around to the bot scuttle. No, instead just going to go straight back to the red buff. Nothing too cheeky over here, as both junglers, you know, despite that mishap at the very beginning by GodX Anime, still in a relatively similar spot.
Yeah, it looks a little bit shaky. Obviously, the Grump not getting picked up was a little bit unfortunate for X, but he's going to be able to rotate towards that bot crab. Now, Sivir being pushed in this much is very uncharacteristic for what Sivir normally wants. She's capable of shoving you in. Basically, the way that that lane works is actually really good trade there from Pure Llama. Might be able to train... No, okay, I wasn't sure if he's going to keep chasing that one on the charger there, but... normally, Sivir likes to have you constantly pushed in. Normally, if you ever take a recall versus Sivir, it doesn't matter where the lane state is, she's capable of pushing that stuff in.
Oh, bacon.
Walking all over this top lane.
Yeah, and for Mordekaiser to have that double buffs early, yeah, you know, you don't have mana, but that ability haste does so much work, and there's so much gold on the side of Wet Team right now.
We didn't see this at all from Wash yesterday. Look at this. They're getting into the jungle, trying to cause problems for the Vi. I believe they were able to pick up the Gromp there on the respawn. They're going to miss out on the Wolves, unfortunately, but you know what? That's a good way to get your Jarvan back in, using that bot lane priority, and it's just been missing right now so far from Turtle and from Onceweek. They should be able to push that in. They should be able to get control in that bot lane. But Kog'Maw, even with the inferior wave clear, has been able to keep that wave at the turret, and there's been no answer from Chairman. And so all sums are still there for the Kog'Maw, and they can get the Jarvan into the bot jungle right now, as it looks like Taro might be roaming down for either this dragon take or trying to answer back.
Yeah, and meanwhile in the top lane, PJ is just continually suffering. Right, that double kill early allowed Bacon to pick up an entire blasting wand, but on the side of PJ, it really is just that single bit of health with that refillable potion, and that just really doesn't end up meaning too much in the long run.
Yeah, no, especially with the potion nerfs, it's not really worth that much. Obviously you need them, and it's going to do something for you right now, but PJ's having such a hard time into Bacon Pancakes, who has historically been a very strong top laner, and he's showing it here right now. PJ Salt, one of the relatively newcomers, obviously not a rookie no more, had that season on his shoulders already, but hasn't had to deal with Bacon Pancakes before. To my knowledge, I don't think he subbed in at all last season. Right now, Char looking for a play right now onto Pure Llama. Finding some good damage right now. It's difficult to play this matchup with Syndra because it's hard to get those. Oh no, the orbs trying to connect with them. Hitting that level 6. Great flash though to keep him alive. Pure Llama at the last moment.
And right at the 11th hour, Pure Llama going to be able to flash straight on out of that. Not only dodges the Chrono Break, also manages to dodge that ViQ. Like, this mid laner is so incredibly strong and setting up perfectly.
He's got no ulti available. The flash has already been burnt. I don't think they're going to be able to chase, though. No mana on that Syndra. But you know what? That's a good opportunity there from X. Gives Pure Llama the recall that he desperately needs. Are they going to go to Dragon with this? Those junglers on the bot side of the map, there's definitely potential for it. That crab is going to go down a second time.
No spell shield on Turtle. And Bill has been going consistently aggressive, not necessarily taking, you know, optimal trades, but always aggressive trades. And that's the kind of thing that you like to see when you're on Kog'Maw. If the enemy bot lane can't go aggressive back, right? You know, if your support gets you all the lane presence that you need, then you just get to farm the entire laning phase and you're absolutely chilling.
Yeah, no, it's the happiest place you could be right now as a Kog'Maw with those little pom-poms bouncing around behind him. I love Bima, it's so cute. He's just a happy little buzzy bee, getting his nectar off the plants. He's very happy.
Yeah, I will also note that Erebus did also pick up the early boots and another dagger on top of that. We might see that Rage Blade rush.
Yeah, it could be Rage Blade, it could be Runins. Has some value. Obviously, Kog'Maw, it just gets so much value from attack speed. He doesn't get most of his damage from AD, he gets it on percent. He just needs to get more auto attacks in, and the percent damage doesn't change. Hold on, 3-3 in bot lane. Erebus has walked up so far. Great flash to get away from the Vi, but now is on top, and now X is diving the backline. We have a split fight right now. Onceweek is taken low, and now Chairman is trying to get away. That sped up Kog'Maw is deadly. They have a ward in that bush. They're going to be able to keep on the Vi, but no, Erebus has changed the focus on Onceweek, who barely lives through the arcane barrage. And it's going to be no deaths on either side.
Oh my god. And just like that, You know, while the fight might have been incredibly split, Week got so low and still managed to walk out with his life. Meanwhile, on the top side, same old, just continuing to suffer, but PJ slowly built up a CS lead.
Yeah, which is terrifying. Why? How did that happen? I don't know how PJ gets away with that. At the end of the day, though, that bot gank is going to favor Wash. They're going to pick up that dragon, and you know what? Suddenly there's a gold lead favoring them. Even though there was such a good opening from what they haven't been able to turn that into good macro positions. They're losing out on CS in every single one of their roles, including Renata. So they're going to be down gold right now, and that's scary when you're playing into a Kog'Maw, because Kog'Maw has damage assistance with the Syndra, has a second life with the Renata, and he already does enough damage for a full team.
Yeah, and you know, while PJ is just going to continue to get wailed upon by this hammer, I don't think that Bacon's ever going to be able to threaten a real dive, because Mundo's so incredibly hard to kill. I don't care how much Grievous wounds you have. His ultimate gives him health, does not actually heal him until after the initial health burst is given. So Grievous wounds actually doesn't keep him from staying, it doesn't actually keep him from healing himself up for those dives.
Yeah, and not to mention he's almost impossible to CC under most circumstances. He's got that extra HP if you do manage to land something like that. He's got the Merc Treads in as well. PJ is going to be just happy to soak stuff up in this top lane, because his job is not to win this lane. His job is to stand in front of Kog'Maw and cause problems for Wet, trying to get to that hyper carry. Right now, Charu's got just a free line in. Right now, he's going to dive in onto Build the Pony, who's going to have no chance of getting out of there alive. But meanwhile, on the top side, Chairman has been caught out and traded back 1-for-1 cross map. And Charu making a good run to the bot side, but Pure Llama was going to answer back just as equally, and now Erebus is going to be quite happy to take the solo XP under turret.
Yeah, and both mid laners going to be picking up kills for themselves, and Pure Llama honestly in a better position here, because not only has he managed to pick up that lost chapter, going to be able to deal with those mana issues that he was dealing with earlier, Pure Llama with that teleport should be able to start walking around the map, helping out the team. But Bacon Pancakes trying to make sure that, you know, Godix Anime isn't able to do everything that he wants.
Kind of a weird spot right now. They should not have to sit and watch. They don't want to give away. Yes, that's exactly what they don't want there. Is hold on. X might have a way out of this. Does get clocked by the Q there. What does he do? He's just standing still, unable to do anything. But now Pure Llama's there. When Bacon Pancakes comes out, there's going to be a shutdown. Going over to someone. I have to assume no. Bacon Pancakes living again. He's able to just walk away from that. Now Pure Llama stuck in a 2v1. PJ can't help him. There's no way in hell he gets back in there. And Pure Llama goes down. Now there's a dive opportunity. There's no wave there just yet. Let's see the Bacon Pancakes get in there. Charu doesn't care. He's got that ulti. Double kill for the Echo. And that is momentum back to Wet.
And I was saying earlier that it was incredibly hard to dive Mundo, but Bacon Pancakes walks in 1v3 and somehow both gets out alive and sets up a dive onto both Mundo and Llama. What in the world?
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how.
Man's name is Bacon Pancakes, but dear lord is he serving up something else.
Yeah, I know. He's just been running amok in that top lane so far. 3-0. Happy to recall, pick up some gold. He got his mid laner pair of kills there and didn't die. I said that shutdown had to be going over. No, he walks home with it, keeps it in the pocket. He's happy to hold on to that for right now. And really, it's the top side versus the bot side right now. Bacon Pancakes is a really good way to deal with the Kog'Maw. Very challenging to do anything. That's going to force the QSS. At the very least, it's going to force QSS, if not a bunch of other stuff from the team. They have to keep that Mordekaiser away. That's going to make Erebus' job really challenging on top of the Sivir. There's going to be so much engage coming in from Wet. I think these team fights, if they can't get this this Wash squad any further ahead, they need to play so well in order to keep everyone away from that Kog'Maw, let him do his damage.
Yeah, and Godix Anime was looking for an angle, but unfortunately gonna be caught out by that ward. One thing I will note, right? So both of these teams have relatively strong late game AD carries. And when I say relatively strong, I think both of these AD carries are the only ones I can listen in the game. Hold on.
Good Sonya's. There's going to be a Scatter of the Week available. Surely can't miss it. No, they wasn't there. Charu's able to get out of there. The flash and then, or Ian then flash over the wall. Once again, slivers of HP. You know what? I haven't personally been feeling the bulkiness update that they did a while back. Watching FFS this season, I'm starting to see it.
Yeah, I mean, both of these players, both Charu and Bacon Pancakes, the solo lanes from Wet, seem to be trying to put this team on their backs, and right now, they're doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, they brought the game from behind to like almost 3K ahead. They're very, very comfortable. And right now, the second dragon is going to be coming up in the next little bit. We see Wash already stancing to try and set up for it. Bill has those, or doesn't have any wards available. They're looking for Chairman Meow. Did manage to spot him on those wolves, and the smite has already been burned, but now ultimate being popped. They're going to have to try and cancel that Q. No, he's able to get out and preserve the flash. And you know what? There's no smite available. Turtle trying to rotate with that ulti onto Erebus, who's very comfortable to just hang out there. There's 4 members of Wash right here. Charu having a recall, does have that TP available. We might just still see a fight for this dragon.
Yeah, but Chairman Meow burning that Assault and Battery early means that there's no chance that they're going to be able to contest this unless Bacon Pancakes walks in.
What a great ult from Bill to peel this away. There's going to be a way for God X Adamant to get out. They barely grab Bill, but he's going to be able to walk away, and that is a well-executed dragon take there. 2 points to Wash.
Yeah, I mean, 2 points to Wash, but 100 points to Bill for that ultimate. That was beautifully played. Just went straight through the choke point. Just denied any possibility of that dragon steal right there. I mean, credit to where credit's due, and PJ Salt getting a lot of damage on this top lane. Should be able to walk right on out, though.
I don't know what Charu can do for that, really. Just get him off the chart. That's really your best option. He's going to have that wave clear in the top lane, push that thing back, but long way to get to that second turret. It's not really a problem, and I think they need to start putting some focus on this Kog'Maw. I think, obviously, Pure Llama's still in this game. He's doing a really good job of sustaining his CS, keeping himself, like, up in XP as best he can. But Erebus has still got the lead. That is where the strength is right now for Wash. And they need to do something about it. Try and shut that Kog'Maw down, because the best thing you can do to Kog'Maw is delay him. You can never get rid of him. So just get him behind as best you can and start to deal with that problem right now, because outside of that, I don't think Pure Llama is going to have the damage to win these mid-game skirmishes on his own. And the best thing they're going to be able to do is disengage, and then Wet can start getting their objectives. So we need to see them turn their focus down to that bot lane.
Yeah, and one thing that I'll note that I was, talking about earlier is that both of these AD carries are incredibly, incredibly strong in the late game. I think you could make an argument that both Kog and Sivir are probably the only 2 champions in the game I can really think of when I say they have a 6-item power spike.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, it's very, very unique to Sivir for a really long time. Obviously, Kog'Maw's still in the same boat at the moment. He does something very different, though. He gets tanky at the 6th item. There's definitely something to be said for when these carries do get their items through. Right now, they're both getting their first items through. A little bit of a lead in favor of Erebus' Kog'Maw, just having those boots already in, get that extra crit rolling in. But I think it's just going to be a waiting game for right now. Obviously, Charu's hanging out. Maybe he wants to look for a play onto Erebus. I don't know if he's aware of how much danger he's in if he goes for that. I don't know.
I guess not, but either way, God X Anime once again.
Yeah, right
Wait,
there.
hold on.
X is just sitting in the bush. That's ultimate bird. Great reaction there from Charu, just dealing with it before anything pops up. And now it's just the solo clear in the mid lane. He's got that ulti on cooldown. It's okay.
Wow, that's actually insane, because God X Anime has gone for that lane gank on repeat, but last time got spotted out by the ward. If your sweeper hatches the ward, they know that someone over there is sweeping that ward, but because it's a control ward, it doesn't get disabled. So Erebus walking up to take that ward, but Charu actually has no idea that God X Anime was right there.
Yeah, no, it's actually really clever. And they engage in the mid lane. There's the flash being burnt out on One Sweep right there. Taking that engage onto One Sweep is a little bit interesting. They got that flash timer out, though. That is not going to be available for the next dragon. But, Lulu gets to just kind of sit on the back line. We'll see how much that matters. Obviously, X should have his Cataclysm up by that point again. Now we see 4 members? 5 members? How many people are rotating topside, guys?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, either way, Alama is just going to continue to farm up in the side lane. Has been playing exceedingly well on the Syndra. Yes, did drop a kill, but picked one up on his own regardless. Just going to continue to farm up. Going to continue to get to the point where, spell shield aside, Turtle is in a lot of trouble if Llama can get farmed up.
Yeah, no, it's really scary to play into Syndra. I think Syndra doesn't get enough credit for how much damage she's capable of doing. It's just how hard she is to play in teamfights properly. So they're thinking about One Sweep. Talking about how there wouldn't be a flash. I don't think it's going to take until Dragon to have that one get punished. Another kill picked up for Erebus. And you know what? They're going to start to bring that gold lead back in the right place.
Yeah, and PJ, I will note, has itemized in a very interesting manner. picked up the Anathema's Chains as the first item, which I do believe that was placed onto Bacon Pancakes. And Anathema's Chains is actually such an incredibly strong item if you place it directly on top of your lane opponent. Because if you have it on your lane opponent, that's a 30% damage reduction constantly.
Yeah. No, and I think that this is kind of showing like teams are getting stuck in their lanes a little bit. I think if that's the case right now, if it's on Bacon Pancakes, I didn't actually get to see that. But if it is on that Mordekaiser, swap them. Put the Echo there, just clear into him, because that Mordekaiser is going to be able to do more. Yeah, so the Mordekaiser is going to be able to do more into the Syndra, not going to be as caught out. Really what that's doing is that's letting PJ stall out the lane, and Wet shouldn't let them do that. You know, there needs to be room for them to create pressure around PJ. The engage, hold on, coming down to Charu right now, still has that ultimate available, also has the flash. There's a lot of damage that's going to come down, though, from Pure Llama. Now there's all 5 members from both teams walking in, but it's already the jump on it right now for Wash as they're taking this down to 4k HP. And you know what? Good rotation there from Wet. Not getting too caught up in dealing with the dragon. They walk towards the mid turret, but there's room for a re-engage right now. The TP is coming in from Charu, smelling the fight about to begin. DJ trying to make his way in. There's no ulti or no flash available right now for Godix Anime. Do they see Charu stuck on the side right now? There's the engage right now. Does have the ultimate to get out of there, and there's the ult in from the Vi. The ultimate misses. I don't know if there's going to be a way in, but Erebus is just going in 1v5. There's no kill picked up so far for either team, and Chairman Meow's going to get out on almost no HP, but it's just going to be Herald locking down these turrets. I don't think there's going to be any kills there. Just completely avoided from Wet. X is still looking around the side.
Yeah, and while both teams were just continuing to look for fights, just throwing themselves at each other on repeat, you know, PJ was getting super low, and Bacon Pancakes just continues to walk up towards that Mundo. Rift Herald just gets to charge straight into 2 towers, no repercussions.
Yeah, it was really weird that the onus became on the Kog'Maw to create the engage. They kind of ran out of tools midway through that fight. They whiffed all of their engages. They didn't get anything done with them. And all of a sudden, you've got an exhausted Kog'Maw with Ghost going, just running at the enemy team. They're unable to clean up any of those kills. And more importantly, those 2 towers go down. At this point in the game, putting 300 gold in your Kog'Maw just in that short instance isn't that valuable. Like, it's not bad. You finish an opponent or something like that, then it's really nice. But it's 300 gold. Like, it's not even a long sword.
And in an especially strange turn of events, while the Kog'Maw running up into the enemy team as your only engage does sound really funny, this team does tend to lack a bit of engage. If Goddess Anime doesn't have the flash and the Cataclysm, then what can you really do? And Bill has opted for the Locket of the Iron Solari, which means that you're not getting the Shurelya's, you're not getting the extra move speed. You don't really get to run straight at the enemy team. Yes, you do get to keep the Cog alive, but man, the onus falls on the enemy team to run straight at you. And while Sivir's ultimate is really good for that, you don't actually have to use that move speed to run towards your opponent.
Yeah, no props to Wet for just gauging that correctly, and gets them into an even better position right now. Still 2.5k the lead. Still favoring right now Charu, favoring Bacon Pancakes. Obviously, the Sivir is still very strong at the moment, has reclaimed the CS lead, the most important thing for ADCs. I'm biased. but, you know, like, this is still going to just be a waiting game. Obviously, this game isn't going to get too deadly until the next dragon, once that Soul Throne is available. Hold on, there's no spell shield right there. The flash having to be burned from Turtle. Having to walk away, the ultimate getting popped the flash there. And you know what we've seen? Is X punish those flash cooldowns. They know where that is right now, and I don't think Turtle's going to be allowed to be on the map for the next 5 minutes.
And Turtle sticking around a little bit longer than anticipated. PJ stuck in the Death Realm, honestly, with that Anathema should be fine. Healing up quite a bit, but oh, wow, Bacon Pancakes looking to make me a liar here. But PJ just gonna continue to stick to the script, continue to stay alive, and continue to farm up as much as possible until you can get that Mythic.
Yeah, still wasn't a lot of trouble there. It was
quite a bit of trouble.
Surprised that PJ was able to get out of there alive. Hold on, back to the re-engage, back on it once, but the flash gets burned out. Turtle still hasn't recalled and is caught on the side without any HP. There's no way they're going to be able to kill that Kog'Maw. Surely, Bill the Pony is going to pick up that kill right now. The Charu going over the wall, 1v4, and is able to find a kill onto X. No,
all right, and Charu just... What? Hold on. Oh my lord. I mean, I guess that's picks kind of helping out once week this time around. Kill going over Lulu means that Charu doesn't get as much gold, but also means that Charu's shutdown won't mean as much if it ever does come down to it. You know, you do want to be spreading around the gold. I'm not 100% sure if you want to spread it over the support, but it's not the worst thing on the planet. And right now, PJ's in a lot of trouble.
This was what was needed to be seen. We haven't seen enough punishing these side lanes. I don't know how PJ's going to get out of here. There's no flash available. Lulu's going to keep the speed up. Charu is unkillable at the moment. Same as Bacon Pancakes. But hold on. They have not killed him yet. And he's going to make his way towards that Renata. And suddenly, PJ
pops the ulti
around. He's running back towards Bacon Pancakes. Sometimes Bacon Pancakes is going to be comfortable getting away from this. Suddenly, this is turning into a 5v5 team fight over Armundo getting CS, guys. Surely this isn't necessary. Able to fall on the fighter, die right there. Low HP on a chairman. The flash over the wall. The Cataclysm's going to be there. There is no flash available for that. Biden's going to go down to Pure Llama. Now the re-engage being looked.
Watch Erebus.
Flash for Charu. Going to have that ultimate. Going to have that Zhonya's available. He's going to be able to cause a lot of problems if he does decide to go in. Grabs that healing. It's going to be 1-for-1 at the end of the day. These teams are fighting properly. Not giving away too much, but Pure Llama wants more.
And Pure Llama wants it, all looking for that large stun. Not going to be able to do it as Turtle takes the entire minion wave out of the picture in an instant. But right now, everyone is posturing for Dragon. Chairman Meow is down, and this is going to be an Infernal Soul on a Kog'Maw who's building Titanic Hydra.
Yeah, this is deadly. This is a really early point in the game to be giving a soul over to Kog'Maw. This is really dangerous, but at the same time, they're behind. So if anything, that's 4k gold worth of stats. They've only just evened themselves up now. Charu has been able to build such a big lead for himself along with Bacon Pancakes that they've been able to kind of ignore this impending threat. But you know what? Maybe they've just said, hey, we want to be able to win this game in the earlier stages. Kog'Maw's terrifying. Mundo's terrifying. Renata's going to make those two even harder to deal with. Maybe we want to just wait till Elder. That could be the plan here. Maybe they're looking for a 31-minute Elder, and they're going to look to fight over that. Because that could actually be really efficient for them, because then they're going to get that before the items start to roll in. And assuming they don't give it away, it's a bit of a risky play. But if they don't give it away, Sivir with Elder is disgusting.
That is definitely true. I will also note a little bit of banter here and there. So it seems that Wash is still in good spirits despite being on the back foot for so much of this game. You know, Erebus just gonna walk up, take that red buff. We see the emotes coming out from Godix Anime. But either way, PJ, once again, yeah, junglers don't really tend to like that. But,
ooh, okay.
You know, oh, hold on.
So they know that there's a vision pocket. They've seen the Kog'Maw in the mid lane. It's immediately snuffed out by Wash, though, and it's going to be really difficult to get out of there right now. PJ and Fake and
where's the turn?
Stuck in the side lane. Charu, look at the positioning right there.
Look at Llama.
Yeah, they're looking for some kind of an engage for the moment. Pure Llama getting taken low, but is able to flash away right now. Now Bacon Pancakes is stuck in the middle of 4. Goes down to the Kog'Maw. That's 800 gold plus the 20 is going to go into the pocket of that Kog'Maw. Now suddenly this Baron take doesn't look too healthy. And now Erebus is leading the charge once again, dropping those Bio-Arcane barrages on top of Charu, keeping his eyes marked out. Available for this Echo could be absolutely massive. They find the engage.
Assault and battery.
Kog'Maw in the back line. So much damage from Erebus, though. He refuses to fall until the last moment, and now PJ on top of once week. I think Charu is going to be the only one to get out of there alive. It is a 4-for-2 in favor of Wash, but they cannot take the Baron.
Yeah, and just like that, Erebus waddles their way in to a huge amount of damage. Gonna be able to do so much. Gonna be able to take out so many people on the side of Team Wet. But in the end, going to be going down. But only now has the Cog finished the Titanic Hydra, and the Cog is only getting stronger from here.
I love how much better the Macro is getting in this league. I love looking at Heroic and seeing how many smart decisions people are making. Like, I'm not gonna act like, you know, we're like, oh, or anything like that, like, oh, people in the past are so bad or anything like that, but it's so refreshing to see, like, smart decision making in League, like, all the time. Both these teams are making great calls a lot of the time. The fights around Dragons have been well set up, punishing for the Baron and aiming for junglers, trying to get themselves set up. The team fight coordination has been really solid from both of these teams, and as a result, there's no detriment. We're sitting at a 30-minute game with a tiny gold difference. Let's hold on, Godix Anime burning that escape in the middle of the lane. He's not going to get punished for it. Bacon Pancakes just clearing out some vision. I think we're going to reset, but both these teams, this mid game's looked great.
Yeah, I mean, I will note that that's one of those options, you know, the one that Godix Anime did earlier, just kind of EQing directly into the enemy team, where it's really risky, but if you do it at certain times, the enemy team's like, okay, wait, hold on. They got a plan. There's no way they would just do this, right? So you get left alone. It might look really scary, but it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Right? But either way, like you were saying, these teams have gotten so much better at macro as the years have gone by. And I will note that a lot of these players have a high turnout rate in the FOF in-houses. So, you know, there's a lot of familiar faces if you stick around in the Discord, where you'll end up seeing these players over and over and over again. And either way, we're starting to... Right? Yeah, they've been putting in that work, and we're starting to see these item breakpoints come on in.
Yeah, there's the Titanic Hydra currently done for the Kog'Maw. The Infinity Edge really isn't that far away right now for the Sivir. Those 3-4 item breakpoints for both those characters are really, really start to come online. And suddenly Erebus is going to feel a lot less comfortable just standing at max range away from that Sivir, because IE makes those ricochets chunk. But right now, the advantage that Wash is currently playing, they're going to start this Baron up. I'd like to see them play it really safe though right now, because they have that TP available right now for PJ, and no one on Wet can answer it except for Charu, and if they keep Charu away, it's really good. Look at that, backing off, they get their pressure, and they leave. Very well played from Wash. They're not losing out on too much of anything right there. They're able to pull the entirety of Wet away to pick up that tower, and they say they're happy with that. Very well played.
And just like that, you know, we've been seeing Charu and Llama just continue to side lane for a lot of this game. You know, PJ has pretty much lived in the side lane for the entirety of this game. It's actually pretty interesting that we see PJ in the side lanes more often than Bacon, and Bacon took the Ignite, the combat summoner, right? You know, the combat summoner that tells you like, hey, I want to be in the side lane. I don't care that there's a team fight going on. I'm taking your base forever. But that seems to be what PJ's job has been.
Yeah, and the difference is that PJ has the option to do that freely, because he has that teleport, right? Obviously, I think Bacon Pancakes, if he could just constantly match it, would be really, really good. But if he doesn't burn, like, here's the thing. Mundo's tanky enough that if Bacon Pancakes ever throws out an ability to try and start a fight, like throws his claw out, PJ can just start TPing. And then there's either like an ulti burnt, or like force a fight that's not beneficial for Bacon Pancakes. Or he can just back off and just, he's constantly on the other side of the map. But right now we have Elder Dragon setting up.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I will actually note that if PJ dodges the claw, PJ can just start teleporting, because even if Bacon ults, Mundo passive will stop PJ from getting canceled.
Yeah, no, and right now it's a way in for Elder Dragon. It's going to have to be the play right now. 30 minutes. There's the Sivir ulti already being
Watch Bill
on the hunt. They're looking for the way in. They managed to make it through the choke point. Pure Llama's on a lot of damage is already coming through. Charu TPing in from the mid lane. Inhibitor to try and get on top. The first to fall is the Renata, quickly followed up by the smite of Chairman Meow going down. A Godix anime creating a lot of space in that backline, but look at this Bacon Pancakes, able to clean up a second kill onto Erebus, and now suddenly the re-engage is onto the Elder Dragon. PJ Salt is doing a really good job of keeping this fight going on the side there.
Bacon's alive!
Trying to play for his teammate right here. Can't get hit for too much though. Not a lot of HP, not a lot of mana. Charu sitting on the wings, fighting the engage. Pure Llama able to push him away, but not for too long. This is looking like an ace getting picked up for Wet, along with that Elder Dragon, and suddenly things swing back.
Yeah, and I was saying that, you know, Bacon's alive, but what I really meant to say is I can't believe Bacon is not only alive, but also thriving. Huge EQ, gonna be able to get so much damage off. Yes, the Renata ult hits so many, but Build the Pony getting dragged into the Death Realm has not had the gold to pay the Mordekaiser tax, and Erebus gonna get immediately taken down by the souped up Bacon Pancakes. And this Mordekaiser refuses to die.
I saw Erebus in that fight trying to kill Bacon Pancakes, and then he disappeared into the Shadow Realm, and thus gave Chairman Meow a very nice buy ulti at close range to put him in an awful spot for when the Mordekaiser got out. Really, really unfortunate for him. The dive to the backline was really good from Godix Anime, and you know what? If he can pick up those kills, maybe that Elder Dragon can't be taken. But now they're in a really rough spot. They're missing their center inhibitor turret. I think the bot one's not going to last too much longer, if at all. And Wet is in a very good position to start steamrolling some things. They're sitting on the Elder Dragon buff, and Baron is on the table.
Yeah, we have so much standing gold that Wet team could decide to pick up here. Baking Pancake's actually just gonna go ahead and hit that tower a little bit more. When you've got the Elder Drag and you're this strong on Mordekaiser, what is the enemy team to do?
Pray. I genuinely don't have an answer to that. I think one thing that I'm looking at right now that's a little bit curious is that Erebus is going for Wit's End. I think Wit's End is a great item, but you need QSS this game. You need it.
yes and no. I will say that Erebus not paying the Mordekaiser tax is very, very egregious if the fights were playing out as we had anticipated. But
That's
Bacon
true.
Pancakes has not a single time ulted this Kog'Maw, and I believe that if Bacon ever does, honestly, Erebus has enough damage to just straight up kill the Mordekaiser. It's just a matter of everyone around everyone around Erebus takes so much damage from the Mordekaiser.
Hold on, do they know there's a vision pocket here? Maybe they're just
they
choosing not
don't
to
know.
fight it. No, I think they just can't fight it because it's an Elder Dragon right now. Charu's going to push them off that mid lane. That's going to be Baron Nashor going over to Wet. And I don't think that there's too much they can do about it.
Okay,
what do you do
so
here? Oh, hold on, engage right now for 1 week. Oh my god! Syndra damage! Pure Llama just taken 1 week off the map, and now he has to play the rest of the fight really safe. I mean, same rule goes over to Wash, though, right now. Those Elder Dragons are still on the table for the next little bit. It is so hard to fight into that buff. You get executed, there's burn damage, Sivir's terrifying, but they're able to hold the initial push thanks to that brilliant Scat of the Week from Pure Llama.
Yeah, and, you know, we said earlier, right, that when you're playing into a Mordekaiser that does this much damage and has Elder Drag, what do? You pray. What do you do when the Mordekaiser has Elder Drag and Baron? You pick a god and pray to whatever that god prays to. And right now, it seems that Pure Llama was the one person who said, you know what? I don't care what's going on right now. I'm playing my own game. Once we get out of here, we're playing a 4v5 now.
Yeah, and that's a great way to start dealing with problems if you can find those picks. Syndra has so much burst at this point in the game. There's still no death cap online, still working towards that Zhonya's right now. Pure Llama's going to get devastating as the game goes into those later stages. It's been so easy to focus on those 80 carries, but I think that Pure Llama and Charu really deserve to be looked at now as those items start to roll through.
All right, and you know, I will note that Turtle has decided to opt for the Vamp Scepter here, which, honestly, when you get to this stage of the game, it's so hard if you don't have any form of heal.
Yeah, it really is. It's so important to make sure that you don't have to recall whenever Syndra hits you. And Syndra's going to hit you. It's going to happen. You've got your
it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do about it. So having that little bit of sustain to be able to stay on the map, distance your recalls, make sure you don't have to constantly be out.
Erebus?
Just running up for a little bit of something there. Felt very comfortable, clearly. Didn't have the flash available, but you know, he gets away with it.
Yeah, and just looking to clear out that siege minion. Meanwhile, Llama and Charu on the wings here, looking for some kind of an engage.
Ooh, actually really good cancel there, but actually gets back out with the ulti, but Godix Anime is ready to chase it back. Cataclysm pay dividends, and that is a shutdown onto Charu going over to Pure Llama. Now the 4v3 shaping up in the top lane. There's still been no rotate yet from either Godix Anime or Pure Llama because they feel comfortable enough holding this, I guess, and they're going to be able to hold it. That's a pick on a Charu. That's really big.
Yeah, that's huge. That is not only a huge amount of gold, that's one of their strongest members dead for another 40 seconds. And just like that, Wash is going to hold on to this base for a little longer. And the longer you hold on, the closer your cog gets to hitting that 6-item power spike.
Oh my god, he's going to be so devastating by that point. I don't know what to do into that kind of Kog'Maw with, like, obviously you have to try and get the Vi back there somehow, try and get the Lulu to get some kind of knock up, some miracle to happen, because he will destroy your health bar so fast. And you know what? Kog'Maw's getting to that point where he's tanky. So, what do you do now?
That's a Bommies.
Yeah, Bommy Cinder should be working towards, I imagine, Frostfire Gauntlet, just because it's really good for him, but you could also go for the Tenacity right now. Obviously, it doesn't hurt with the Sunfire Aegis. So we'll see what Erebus wants to go for, but right now it seems to be that we're going to be looking towards this Dragon Pit. These teams are setting up under a minute to go, and so far Wash has had it. So far Wash has been like the empire of river control, and we'll see whether or not they're going to keep that one up right now. As Turtle just hanging out on the side, there's total potential for a pick there, but they just don't know. Playing at such a risk level, neither team knows what kind of danger they're into right there.
Yeah, and right now, Llama's just looking for some kind of a pick. Yeah, they're walking up a little bit close, and O's big stun could amount to a bit more, but Ulti's
50
pop from
engaged.
Sivir.
Bill the Pony's gonna just disappear off the mat. Erebus is very comfortably kiting back in the background right now. Turtle of Doom
Llama's
is
in
gonna
Death
take
Realm.
very low. Meanwhile, in the center, oh, there's the ADC going down. Hold on, they haven't traded. Erebus is still alive. It's gonna be on him to carry this fight back right now. Great flash from Pure Llama, but he just goes into the enemy team. Erebus kiting backwards, trying to get away from Chairman Meow. He's gonna be comfortable right here, but there's one sweep. Powering up that fly, but they cannot catch the Kog'Maw. He's able to keep himself alive right now. It is PJ Salt versus Charu. And it's just going to be a 4-for-4, no Elder Dragon taken. And right now that Echo, with no flash, still has the ultimate online, is going to have to fight the Goliath that is PJ Salt.
Or does he? Charu's actually just gonna go straight for the inhib, looking to avoid any fights whatsoever, and PJ can't stop this.
And that ulti. Gonna probably have to walk out of here. I don't know what Charu's best option is. Is he able to just get out? It looks like he is. Very well done from Charu. The respawn coming in from Bill the Pony, obviously. He's gonna make that one a little less favorable. And you know what? This game's going past the 40-minute mark. 4-for-4 this late into the game. That's gonna be that.
Yeah, and oh, baby. We saw just how much damage Erebus was outputting in that last fight. And just how long this Cog managed to live. Crossfire Gauntlet's online.
Yeah, and he's going to be even tankier and even harder to get to now. You know what? I like these teams. You know why? This is just a one-way trip to my heart right here. Doing 2 fights for 1 dragon. That is beautiful, guys. I love seeing it. Right now, Pure Llama's been resorted to dealing with Charu in that top lane, but that's a very dangerous place to be in right now.
Watch
there's
Bill.
4 people for each team sitting around this dragon. There's the engage from Chairman Meow. They try to make it work, but there's a Sivir ulti on cooldown. Not going to be able to keep that on the hunt going for too much longer. As right now 7k on this Elder Dragon. TP's coming in from Charu, and he cannot cancel it. Pure Llama can't find him. Right now,
Hostile takeover coming in.
All of them. Look where Godix Anime is. There's the ulti going over top one from Villapony is. Immediately onto Erebus in the backline, but they cannot kill that tanky Kog'Maw. Turtle of Doom caught in the Cataclysm, but they are going to find their way onto Erebus. He's going to go down. Turtle
no bailout
in the backline, but now Pure Llama has joined the fight, but is it a little bit too late? PJ Salt and Bacon Pancakes going at each other. Currently in the Zhonya's. Turtle of Doom is still sitting on the side. PJ will be the last to fall, and Team Wet is going to run this one to the Nexus.
And PJ's looking for the recall, but right now there's so little that you can do. I mean, I guess you can walk mid to try and cut the wave, but right now Bacon's already looking for the Elder Dragon, while Charu's just looking to take bot. Hold on, they're not looking to end the game at all. They're just looking to take the Elder Dragon.
They don't think they can do it. PJ is too much of a force. They don't think they can deal with him right now. Charu's going to look for this bot inhibitor, which I think is valiant to say the least on your own, but close to respawning right now for a lot of wash. PJ's going to try and make his way over to threaten anything else, but I think that's just going to be out of the way for Charu, no problems.
Yeah, and just like that, Erebus now going to be online, going to be alive. And yes, Bacon does manage to pick up that Elder Drag. These are some incredibly close fights, and just a little bit more damage on the side of Wet Team might be the decider.
Now what do you fight for? Now what does this game look like? We're back onto Baron, but there's Elder Dragon still on the side of Team Wet. Neither of these ADCs have been able to pick up their level 18 in 40 minutes, just to show how much fighting there's been. There's been no wave access for either of these two. Going very late into this one, as it looks like Wet wants to just find their way onto the Baron.
Yeah, but, you know, PJ still has the teleport, just going to continue to push out those waves in the bot lane. Hostile takeover, not going to be committed here, as Charu is playing defense, going to be able to keep everyone from the side of Wash away from them.
Smite
right
Eddie.
Now, yeah.
Lulu picking up that Baron, that's big. And you know what? Good rotation from Wet, moving towards this top side, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2 lanes of supers coming on in, and Wet Team is just looking to end it. Oh, beautiful stun coming out from Pure Llama.
Not enough
Charu.
to take the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Charu gonna be able to get that Chrono Break off just in time. You know, doesn't have the Merc Treads, but able to survive just barely long enough.
Still playing this fight at the edges right now, as Wash is holding down the fort as best as they can. I don't know. It really, like, it could slide either way. If Erebus can play a little bit safer, he has that Ghost available this time, doesn't quite have the Flash available. I don't know what he's going to be able to have the best at. It's really dangerous positioning right now for both teams, though.
All right, Cog W is down. If Wet Team has a window, it's now, and Charu going to be able to grab that tower.
Take that third inhibitor. What do you have left at this point?
You just have to engage, and Pure Llama getting stuck in the Death Realm.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to live through that one right now. The Zhonya's just going to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but surely that Elder Dragon will take its course.
Beautiful
so far,
flash.
Pure Llama able to keep himself alive, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer. The fighter dies.
Bail out.
Keep him in it, but that is going to be it for Pure Llama. And now West's going to try and make their way towards the base right now, as Erebus is doing so much on the back line, though, able to clean up 2 kills. Turtle Doom in a lot of trouble at the moment. Charu still trying to play along the side. Another kill picked up for Erebus, but Chairman Meow is on the Nexus at the moment. They finally engage onto the Kog'Maw. I don't know if Charu's going to be able to take down the Nexus, though. It's so close. This Kog'Maw's still able to keep
so much damage.
Zhonya's is going down. There's no ultimate available for Charu. He's going to fall, and the wave clear is there. Wash has held the base.
Oh my god. Wet Team seems to be a little bit disoriented, just not quite everyone on the same exact page. Chairman Meow wanted to go for base. Bacon Pancakes wanted to go for the fight. And Charu somehow found in the middle of that, just stretched between both teams, and right now Erebus able to output just enough damage to keep the team alive for a little bit longer. And this is the Cinderella story. The dream of the comeback is still alive.
Soul matters.
Soul matters.
At this point in the game, it's very easy to forget about, but that is so important. The fact that Pure Llama was able to keep himself alive for that long is so important. That Zhonya's in the Death Realm, keep himself there, get that extra damage off of Bacon Pancakes, and then as soon as he comes out, he's looking for that kill and gets shredded by the Kog'Maw. That W damage is so big at this point in the game, and now things are getting dangerous. If they can do that once, what can they do a second time? And you know what? If they can pull that off again, they've got inhibitors up, they can look to end.
Yeah, and Pure Llama, has been continually picking up gold, still has not finished the death cap, right? That's over 300 CS at this point in the game, but still not at that full build point. But at the same time, Turtle of Doom is still looking for that 6th item. This Sivir is only getting stronger, and dear God, does she already put out so much damage.
It's so terrifying. The Kog'Maw being hard to kill at this point is really important. Build a Pony's going to start getting those items finally finished up. I think Wardstone should be the last pickup there for him.
Yeah, and Mercurial Scimitar for Erebus.
Yes, a good switch up. Wait, did he
sell boots?
Sold boots. That's dangerous. Selling boots is Kog'Maw at this point for not extra. Oh, okay. Erebus is playing on the edge. I think it could be really important. That's the type of thing that's either going to make or break this fight. I don't know if to say PJSL's taking a lot of damage to Charu, though. You can chunk out the Mundo as much as you want, but it's going to stop being relevant very quickly as he regens all that health back.
Yeah, and the question is, has Erebus decided to opt for an Elixir of Iron or an Elixir of Wrath? Both choices are definitely good, but this could be bad.
Taking down a 2k HP, but he's going to heal a lot of it back right now. The
my lord.
Play gives him so much time. Charu taken low and having to burn that ulti. The scatter the weak goes wide off of Chairman Meow, and they have to defend their Nexus right now. Bacon Pancakes taking Godex Anime into the Death Realm.
Oh no, he hasn't paid the tax.
He doesn't have any option to break this one out. Half HP on the Nexus right now. Erebus is going to have to get this kill. No, Pure Llama is able to clean it up now. Charu? Low HP on the side. Erebus is looking to clear these waves away. Very smart play from Bacon Pancakes, but he's unable to finish that kill off. And now they're looking back towards Elder number 3.
Oh my god. Are you sure we're not watching a UB game? Because we managed to get to Dragon number 7 on a game where Soul was 4-0.
This is crazy.
This is absolutely crazy. If there was a Shyvana in this game, she would be so happy.
I mean, she'd either have 4 dragons or 2 dragons. Both these teams have been able to split them. And that Elder Dragon has completely favored Wet. Bill. Such potential. I think taking Elder right now is
this is a mistake.
If Chairman Meow can be here to stop these recalls, how are you going to be able to get back? They have to start these right now, or Turtle of Doom is going to start causing problems right now. Charu's trying to walk around the side. They're going to split these two apart. There's only so many people left defending. No, Chairman Meow completely ditched the Dragon Play. There's going to be nobody there to stop it, but they can't kill the Sivir. Charu's on the Nexus. Wet's going to take it down.
It took 47 minutes, but Wet, with Elder Dragon number 7 on the line, decide to drop the dragon, decide to drop everything, and go straight in to drop the Nexus and drop an L straight into Team Wash's hands. Number 1 on the power rankings is down 0-2 in week number 1 of Heroic. I have no idea what's going on.
Unbelievable. Wow. That was a game that came down to macro. Those team fights were dead even. They were butting heads the entire time. They couldn't find any options, and you know what? It all came down to objective plays, team positioning. Kills didn't end up mattering at the end. They find their way in, and Wash getting a little too tunnel visioned on that Elder Drake. And you know what? If they can finish that a tiny bit faster, they can turn this team fight around. They can win the game off of that. It's that close, but Wet is going to pick up their first win of the season. What a game.
Oh my lord, what a game. And speaking of games, we got more games in the wings on, coming up soon, so don't go anywhere just yet. But dear lord, what a start.